Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where each and every week we explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life. And today I am really excited because we have just finished our very first 9-day vision expansion experience. And let me tell you, it was a wild ride. We had so many participants, hundreds of participants from around the world, tuning in live, tuning in by replay, tuning in um, for themselves to improve their lives, to improve their families' lives. And they played full out. They created visions that they'd never had before. They expanded visions that they had and wanted to upgrade and elevate. And it was absolutely phenomenal. Now, one of the things that's really important to know is that it's one thing to have a vision, and it's another thing to make it happen. So the vision is the starting point. But what I want to talk about today are three universal laws a lot of people overlook when manifesting their dreams, right? We've created this beautiful vision of our dreams, and we have these incredible pictures. But how do you turn it into reality without getting overstressed, without getting worried, without getting totally worked up? And without having it feel like it's totally out of reach. So, the law I'm going to share with you today, the three laws I'm going to share with you are not the law of attraction. So if you're like, yeah, it's the law of attraction, no, I'm going to share three others with you that are absolutely vital and will be really, really helpful to you. And I'm going to share exactly why they're important and how you can use them in your everyday life. Now, the thing about universal laws is these are laws, these are rules, these are guides that are working in every place at all times, wherever you are. Okay. Like any place with any person at all times. One thing I like to use as a reference point is this little lip gloss. Okay. And we talk about the law of gravity, or we think about the law of gravity. And so if I have this lip gloss here and I drop it, it will fall. It's a lot. You're not amazed by it. I know you're probably going, Larissa, like, I already know this. That's okay. Like, it's the basic principle, because principles don't change. And so if my clients in New Zealand had the same lip gloss and they let it go, it would also drop. We expect it to drop because we are on planet Earth and we have this thing called gravity that works even if you're in the North Pole, even if you're in the South Pole. And the cool thing about universal laws is these are rules of life. These are rules of energy. These are rules of being, so that when you learn what these universal laws are and you learn how to work with them instead of against them, you can start making predictable decisions. You can start seeing patterns and trends, and life becomes so much easier. Now, the thing is, these laws are already working, whether you're aware of them or not. And once you learn to work with them, that is really where the magic begins. So if you're tuning in, whether it's live or by replay, let me know where you're coming in from, because I would love to know where you're coming in from. And if you're tuning in by replay, type in replay in the chat, because my team and I, we want to thank you for being here. We absolutely appreciate your presence. If you do have any questions about universal law, like, have you ever heard of universal law? Have you used universal law? Or is this a brand new concept? I'd love to know where the mental mindset of our community is at. So let me know that as well. So the first law is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Okay, perpetual transmutation of energy. Basically, what it states is that energy is in constant motion. Energy is always moving, and it's changing from one form to another. Just think of an ice cube. It can change, but there's vibrating particles, and they can transform from a solid to a liquid to a gas, or to a vapor. And so depending on the pressure or temperature applied is how it will be expressed. But there's always movement. And the cool thing when it comes to the perpetual transmutation of energy is it basically says that thoughts become things. And so often, people, you get exactly what you ask for. It's just if you're not having the life you want, you're not placing the right order with the universe, right? Think bad things, get bad results. Think good things, get good results. And when you really start to put positive thoughts, positive actions into your energy field, they will transform your circumstances. And I think this law also reminds us that nothing is fixed. If you're facing a challenge, it can change. And the energy that you focus on is going to absolutely grow and transform. So, what do you focus on? Do you focus on the life you have where you don't have your goals and dreams yet? No. What you do is you get a crystal clear picture of your vision, which you've already either completed or begun creating. And you look at it, you read it, you come back to it each and every day, and you act on it every single day. You don't act on it in today's mental mindset. You zoom your mental mindset forward and act on it as though your dream is already a reality. You become that person and you take on the energy of that person. And all of a sudden, your thoughts, these things that you're dreaming about, you're taking action in that spirit, boom, they will become things. So when you focus on high vibration activities like gratitude, visualization, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. This is why we have the community we do at the Abundance Academy, right? I never had a dream of having the community. The community found me, but I was like, wow, I did have a dream of making the world a better place. And the things that our clients come up with, our clients are really, really good people. And they are amazing influences for one another, right? So when you're feeling stuck, you can shift your energy by shifting your thoughts and even taking one tiny, small positive action at a time. Because you'll take one action, another action, another action, another action, another action, and sooner than later, you'll be in the momentum and you'll be spiraling upwards towards your dreams. So, first law, perpetual transmutation of energy. Now, the second law is law of gestation. So, basically, every dream or goal, everything in the world has a natural incubation period. Think of a baby, right? Babies have an incubation period inside their mamas. Seeds that you plant in the garden that you'll be planting this spring need a certain time to grow in order to turn into a flower, in order maybe to turn into vegetables or fruits. There is an incubation period for things to come to life. And same thing with your dreams. Your dream and your goal has a natural incubation period. Now, the thing is, once you learn the incubation period, easy peasy, but your goal and your flavor of your goal has never been done before in the universe. So you may not know the exact timeline. What we do is we tune into spirit. We do our best to guess a date. However, if we don't get our goals and dreams by a certain date, this is where you want to start letting go of rigid timelines, because this kind of impatience creates resistance. And if you are so fixated on the timeline and it doesn't happen, and then you beat yourself up, you're fixated on the timeline, it doesn't happen, and you beat yourself up, what happens? Law of perpetual transmutation of energy takes you downwards. But if you don't hit your goal and you're like, oh, okay, well, let me aim for this. Let me keep going, because I know I need my goal. I know I want my goal. I know I'm going to have it. I feel it coming. God will bring it to me when God needs it. And you take that consistent action. You stay in alignment with your vision, even if you don't see immediate results. Practice patience, practice faith, and trust that what you've planted will actually bloom exactly when the time is right. So law number two is the law of gestation. Law of gestation. Now, law number three, this is a really good one. Law number three is law of cause and effect. Basically, it states that every action creates a corresponding reaction. And what you put out into the world, your thoughts, your energy, your actions, are going to come back to you. So what you put out, you get back. It's kind of like a boomerang. So often people are so focused on the results and the end game. Nothing wrong with knowing where you're going, but when you judge your full success criteria, when you judge how you feel, when you judge your day based on whether you have your final goal, you're never going to feel successful, because what you put in on a daily basis, the effort you put in, is what's going to lead to the results. And so this law of cause and effect is so important because it gives you power over your results. You're not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator. You are the co-creator of your reality. And it allows you to take responsibility for your actions and choices. So if you focus on intentional and aligned steps towards your dreams, your job is to celebrate those. Your job is to celebrate those small wins as they take place, because a small action will lead to a small win. That will lead to another action. That will lead to another win, another action, another win. And poof, all of a sudden, one day you look back and you go, of course, my goal is inevitable because I've taken these actions. I knew it would happen. And when you keep looking at the gap between where you are and where you want to be, sometimes it's a really big gap. And the more you look at it, the bigger and bigger and bigger it seems to get. However, when it comes to you taking responsibility for your choices, you're aware that this is where you're going, but instead of focusing on the gap, you take these baby actions as though you're this person. You take these baby actions as though you're this person. You take these baby actions as though you're this person. And it's almost like you're reverse engineering your goals. You're focusing on what you can do, not on what is. You do the work, and for every cause, it leads to an effect. And that effect in turn becomes the foundation for another cause. So that's the third law, the law of cause and effect. So I hope these have been helpful. I hope it's gotten you thinking a little bit differently, because these three laws are already working in your life. They're already present. They're already in your world. You may not be intentionally using them, but when you start being more intentional about them and applying them to the things you do, everything changes. Use the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Be aware that your thoughts become things. Use the law of gestation. Cut yourself a little slack and be okay with timelines. Do your work, hustle, go ahead. But don't be tied to this timeline if it's a little bit different. Maybe it'll come sooner, maybe it'll come a little later. And then third is law of cause and effect. Take responsibility for your actions that will lead to your results. Not just actions, but truly inspired actions. Now, if you're curious to learn how to take these principles further, if you're curious to learn more about how to manifest your dreams, how to really take these dreams and turn them into reality, how to align your energy, how to align yourself for the success you desire, I'm actually hosting a manifestation accelerator in my community. And this is designed to fast track your manifestations and keep you in high alignment. So if this kind of language, if this kind of intention, if this is resonating with you and you're like, think I like the sound of it, direct message me manifestation to inquire, and we'll let you know. We'll get you the details. And I think it would be beautiful to have a conversation to see if that's a good fit for you. So just direct message me and let me know manifestation if it's something that piques your interest. So ultimately, you have everything you need to create a life and business that you want and love. The universe is always working in your favor when you work with it. Your job is to keep applying the tools, to keep applying the tools, to keep applying the tools, and live your most brilliant, your most beautiful, your most magnificent life each and every day. So with that, I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday. I will be back again next week with another Lunch and Learn topic to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life. Bye for now.